Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is DFree, and for today's video, we are going to be fulfilling a request, which is showcasing the NAMEK GOKU in 2022. He came out a couple of years ago and is one of the characters that has impacted this game's play the most. They had to add the tackle mechanic for him. He was super toxic, incredibly good character when he released. Him and actually Full Power Frieza having those counter mechanics in their blue and green cards respectively was so crazy. The meta was ridiculous back then, and this guy obviously got a Zenkai just over a year ago, and he's still kicking, man. So you probably don't see him a ton in matches. I'm gonna go through a brief breakdown of what you need to look out for in this video, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and if you are somebody that does enjoy the content, please be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything we upload here on the channel. And if you have them enabled, thank you so much for your support. Please be sure to double check that you have it set so you have it to all videos so you don't miss anything we upload. So we don't care about anything he does pre-transformation. I mean, it is what it is. He needs 15 counts to transform. I'll say I'm not using him with any other Zenkai boosts. I didn't want to do that. I thought that was, unauthentic, inauthentic, whatever the word is. I didn't want to use him with the Bardock either. I just don't like using transforming characters with Bardock because 15 counts is really slow. It sets you behind the 8-ball, a big deal when you have to switch a lot and stuff like that with Bardock. I don't love it. But if you want to do that, those types of things, he's really good in that setting, as you would imagine. These stats are through the roof. Post-transformation, 320,000 blast attack, almost 190 in both defenses. The strike attack and HP are really good too. This guy is a threat. He is a stat behemoth. I would expect no less from a transformer. So you can use this as a regular blue card. Just be aware of the timing on it. If you're like charge stepping or whatever, you have to know when to use it because it takes a long time to activate. But you can also use it as a counter, which is the most impactful thing that determined a lot of different factors when he came out and forced him to change the game a lot. So if you use it as a counter, you get the damage of 50% buff and also nullify endurance. You don't get those effects if you don't use it as a counter. His green card's actually really good because it gives him 50% gauge. Unrestricted amount of times, by the way. Gives him damage, does a debuff, and it allows force switching. This was really good because obviously the Vanish Gauge restoration, you pair with that Goku equip that it increases Vanish restoration. And then also, it allows you to dictate a matchup, right? Crazy good. So he has card cost down, key recovery. He draws a blue card, almost enough key to use it. He's got 120% maximum damage boosted into this one unique ability. As the last man, after 8 counts, he gets that stuff. He has some damage cut here. If he vanishes, he does pick up a card and key, so perfect vanishers, this is for you. And then if he's your last man, he restores 50% of his health and minus 15 to the cost of his blue card. If he's your last man only, you cannot have one other character at all. Anyways, if he has at least one character defeated, he gets some damage and he gets immunities to abnormal conditions and stuff. And then also he gets here when he enters the battlefield 20% damage, 15% cut, and key restoration. So this dude, he's not particularly the most relevant character anymore. His stats are through the roof. His kit isn't bad. He's pretty slow, and there are a number of better characters in the game to where I don't think you really should be using him in particular. But if you wanted to, I think you could find success with him, especially if your opponent doesn't really know how to play around this dude, because there's a very specific way you have to play around him specifically, and specific way to specifically do it. That one almost twisted my tongue. So yeah, there's only a few characters in the game that that type of sentence really applies to, and he's one of them. So hope you all enjoy, and here we go with match 1. Okay, so a match versus androids, which is really common now, and I'm actually really happy about that because most of them are girls variants, which I'm extremely happy about. So we'll go ahead and sub here. It's not great, but it is what it is. Vegeta was taking too much damage. Could have gone to type advantage, yes, I know, but I kind of want him to go to the green 18. Okay, he didn't go for it. Late. If only that was the counter blue. It's all good, though. Couple boneheaded plays on my end. Trust me, I'm self-aware. But don't worry, we'll be alright. Okay, she should be able to key the rush. Okay, that's fair. That's what I get for the boneheadedness. Okay, well, he should have a number of blasts in the deck, so let's see what happens. Strike. Okay, nice. Okay, that's fair. Do I die, though? I kind of don't feel like I do, but it'll be close, clearly. Yeah, okay, right. Time to try to redeem myself. Is that the blue card? Green card? Okay. Thanks for the switch, Brody. That's fair as well. The only downside here is I have no counterplay. I'll have to stick with Vegeta for now. I swiped already. I was gonna say, I expect him to stay because advantage now. Okay, combo over. One extra card, just about over. Okay. Let's go kind of quick here. Oh, doesn't matter apparently. Let's actually try to use Goku right, because I haven't done anything with him at all in this match, besides just take hits. A tackle? I'll take that, thank you. I hear you over there moaning, 21. Knock it off. You have a long-range blue, right? Let's go blast here. Nice. That card cost debuff is nuts, man. Makes it really tough using characters. Ah, come on, Vegeta. Dang, okay. Charming Warrior Woman, that's a fun name. I was hoping to get the Vanish and go for the blue post-Vanish. Thank you. Because now people are going to start trying to do the tackle thing. Which, it's easy to play around Goku with tackles or trying to play close, whatever. But it's also susceptible to getting, you know, you guessed with a tackle, like right there. Because a lot of people go for tackles, if that makes sense. It's the obvious choice. Like right there. It's like some people only know how to go for tackles versus this Goku, which is unfortunate. Which, by the way, if you're not a vet, that mechanic was introduced because of this Goku's passive playstyle. The tackle did not exist until this Goku became a real problem. That's when tackle was introduced. That's okay. But there's another way to use that blue post-tackle. And this is the epitome of where this Goku is a monster. If he starts taking control of the game, he's a real monster. So he single-handedly turned that match around after I started extremely badly, extremely poorly, made like 3 or 4 consecutive like stupid decisions. Like I said, I'm self-aware, don't worry. I'm definitely not the best player, but the Goku was able to turn it around. And also, one thing that you saw there was my opponent's playstyle completely changed when my Goku transformed. And that is one thing that Goku does. That Goku and a very few select characters, like maybe Super 17, there's only a handful, maybe less, of characters that can truly and honestly, or have been able to in the past, truly and honestly change the way that the opponent plays against you. Because of the power of things that they have. Like every character that has like a green card that does some sort of like counteraction, like green Super Saiyan 3 Goku, yeah, you know, you maybe play a little more passively when you think they might have a green. Same goes for his Goku and his blue, but the sheer control, the opponent felt like the only option he had was to tackle. When really there's more options to it, maybe tap shot blast, maybe single taps, things that you can do other things, but it puts you in a tough spot, especially if you're not used to playing against him. So let's see if I can keep that trend going. That's my first match of the day, and hopefully we can keep the matches going. Stay tuned for the end of the video where we actually are going to jump into some more gameplay for Summoner's Glory. Okay, let's try this one out. We have a match versus the Super Saiyan team. Nice. I tried to get him, but he timed it well. He could have went quickly. He had it perfect. Okay, not worried. Clearly taking 0 damage. Another blast. Ooh, taps. That's fine. I'll actually sub and go for a tackle. What if he got the exclamation yet? Thank you. And thank you for no blue Gogeta. I mean, blue element. You know what I mean, because no strike cover knockback, so whatever. I'll fly through that just to get this card out of my hand. Let's go for a blast here. I don't care if he subs. He did not. He's gonna sub here though. No sub. Wow, kind of surprising. Not gonna lie to you. I was pretty certain he'd be subbing there. Too slow to do anything there. But I can maybe tap. Whoa. Really? Oh, lost Bardock and no longer a match anymore. Okay, let's see if this was going to one-shot. It's not a counter, but yeah. Did a good amount of damage. I kind of want to see the damage versus this dude. Oh, he canceled my buffs. Let's see what it does there. I mean, I get it. His team falls apart without him, right? So we'll move on now. Okay, so here we have a match versus a mono purple team. Happy I got that. Kind of surprised I did, but all right. Card cost is through the roof. Only downside is this Goku's really annoying with the Dragon Ball stuff. I'll pull this just to get it out of my hand. I was going to use it with Vegeta. I should have, just for the reload. That would have been great. Ah, too slow. I was a hair slow. I was trying to set that up. As soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I can do this. But I was a hair slow in pulling that off. I love sneaking those types of plays. Oh, great. This is very bad. He's going to go for it right now. Yep. Just don't get one shot. Oof. I love sneaking those types of plays, and I was just a hair slow. It's still available, though, if I can pull it off. Okay. Come on, DFree. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I do that all the time, and I missed it twice. I'm getting rushed real great. Yeah, he's rushing. No rush. Wow. Thank you. That quick damage always makes me think they're rushing, so. Let's pull this non-counter. And there's the main steal. There it is. I expect him to be switching here. Yep. I need the neutrality. Ooh, this is the best card I could have drawn right there. Holy crap, that's the best card I could have drawn. I have to stall just to waste a little bit of time to get my switches available. So yeah, whoever was in was going to die here. Didn't matter who it was. Unless it was Vegeta. But even then, actually, nah. I had neutrality. Thanks for that. I already vanished. I was already gone. Come on. I was already gone. That was super hasty. And that right there is where, like, charge stepping is the best. Because you just waste so much time. And the reason why it works is because some people think it's like lag or whatever. The reason why it works is because if you're not doing it, there's space in between these actions where the character is still flying back, like Vegeto's doing right now or whatever, where there's time to actually do acts. That's why it's, you know, if you can prolong them finally getting their turn, you take longer, you get more counts available to you to switch quicker, basically. If I wasn't charge stepping there, that rush is hitting. It's really just that simple. So the trade-off, though, is that you do less damage. The more actions you do in your combo, you do less damage. But that's a good trade-off in my book. Okay, last match of the video, and it's only fitting that it's versus Lineage of Evil. If you had a strike there, you would have got it. I'm sure you have a strike. Well, maybe not. That Frieza team doesn't have a lot of strikes. But anyways, he didn't go for it, so. I'm going to pull this right now. Don't have the key. There we go. There we go. That natural key restore. Thank you. Thank you. Stupid Dragon Ball. Sick of this dude destroying, like, what is it, 3 Dragon Balls? So annoying. The green one does it too, just like, stupid Dragon Ball destruction. Actually, the blue one does too, with the main. So much Dragon Ball manipulation. Absurd. There's another tap, I can say. He's gonna try it again. Ooh, he finally got me. Show me a blast. Nope, okay, that's fine. Have Goku. Go for it. Go for it. As long as you don't rush, I'm cool. Go for it. Yeah, that's fine. I only switched to Goku in hopes that he didn't rush. Okay. All right. GG's. It's really interesting seeing people try to play around this guy. Okay, thank you. Part 2. Part 2. Gauge back. Oh my god, that is too funny. He did it to the green and the blue. Goodness, man. And now see he's resorting to doing tackles now. But it's like too late. I wish I had to rush prior. I'd rush him and get the 4 Dragon Balls out of it. Oh no. To be fair, and to be honest, I'm not laughing at my opponent, obviously. I'm just laughing at the circumstance. Like, no, bro, you can't do that to Goku. You actually can't do anything like that. You've got to be smart. You could try tackles, you could try taps, you could try strike cancels. You can't use cards though that are like the green and blues. You can't do that unless they're dash forward, right? His actually counters everything. Anyways, I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it counters like everything, dude. I thought I dropped there, but whatever. Let's hope I get that. That would be great. Tackle again? No. Okay. A strike would be good for him right there. He could have striked. Unless it turned into a perfect anyway. You're gonna break out the rush? I'll just wait until you do it. Okay. I should have chose Blast. Blast or blue. Yep, called it. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. That's a hell of a HP stat. I'd be so pissed. I'd be actually frustrated as hell, dude. I'd be fuming. I'd be so mad at that. I've had it happen before, so I know exactly how I'd be. I'd be pissed, dog. Ah, oh, there's the blue. I wanted a blue. But if I draw a green, I can use Vegeta's blue, or green, and draw blue. I really want to try to set up an LF to finish the video, because it's been a while since I've seen it. Okay, bye, Frieza. And who better to do it to than a version of Frieza? Although I had some really fun ones against, like, SS2 Gohan. Those ones are great. He's just, like, so disappointed. Okay, that's going to hit, I think. I can maybe vanish it. Yeah, okay. Almost got me with the frame trap, bro. More Dragon Balls. That's great. Ha! I pulled it off. I got it right in time. I was trying to get that all last game though with the really quick switch blue card. I pull it off all the time. I remember I used to do it, but my timing was off horrible in that last match. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Summoner's Glory video. My name is DFree, and for today's video, we're going to be talking about some of what your daily routine / grind would be looking like in this game. Also going to be talking a little bit about phantoms, and also just some general tips for you guys in terms of best usage for your energy in this game to truly get ahead. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And if you haven't seen the previous one, I'll leave that down below in the description for you to check out, where we talk about some other things you're probably going to want to know. If you're interested in this game as well, you can click on the links down below in the description and get started by downloading the game on whatever device or emulator you want to play it on. And when you get to the character creation screen, in the bottom left corner there is a spot to input a code. Input in all caps DFree, DFree, no hyphenation or anything like that, to get some awesome rewards when you guys do get started. Excuse me. Once again, the code is DFree in the bottom left corner of the character creation screen. And so for today's video, like I said, we're going to start off talking about your daily routine and some things you're going to want to know. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to click on the guide button in the top right corner, which is going to take us here to the missions page. And as you see, there are a ton of daily missions you're going to want to complete, ranging from different tasks and things of that nature. The main thing you're going to want to focus on when it comes to completing these tasks is doing them on a daily basis and making sure you collect them, as I'm sure you guys know if you play any other types of /hero collector games and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of different tasks here, and as you go ahead and complete them, you will be making your way to getting these treasure chests, which again, you're going to want to collect these on a daily basis. The rewards are pretty good. You get a book for that one. This one shows the diamonds, things of that nature, so on and so forth. There are also other things that you're going to want to focus on when it comes to the guide area in terms of your daily grind for the game overall. But we'll talk more about some of those functions as we progress through the videos. So for the next part, I want to kind of jump over to the activity section in the bottom right corner. This is where you're going to find most of the content you're going to be playing in the game, things that you're going to play, like towers and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about a few different modes here, like King's Warrant, but the first thing I want to direct your attention to is the daily quest at the bottom. So you're going to want to complete all 5 of these as well on a daily basis and collect each one as you go. And these ones here are really simple. They're just pretty much predicated on some of the NPCs in the world for the game. So you're going to want to complete each task that it lists. As you see here, it seems that Eddie the Merchant has run into trouble. This could be a chance to earn some gold and diamonds. And you see the possible rewards there. Again, there is a reset timer, so it's very important you collect all this stuff, guys. Next, I want to direct your attention over to, as you see, King's Warrant. So King's Warrant is, we're already here in the location, but it's pretty much this game's version of a typical adventure board. If you were like in some sort of guild or whatever, it's just job requests basically. So each one does list different things, and again, you want to complete as many of these as possible for various rewards. This is where you're going to be getting a lot of the in-game content that you're going to be playing as well. So just as you can see already, we've already kind of hit a few different spots where the game's already showing you a lot of different things you can do in the game, and it's really definitely not a game that you're going to really feel stale or anything about in terms of the overall amount of content. And again, this does reset as well, so make sure you complete as many as possible. You have a daily limit of 10, so knock these out, guys, for sure, whenever you can. Next is Anabasis. I hope I pronounced that right, but basically what this is a mode where you can actually send characters out and they'll come back with rewards basically. So you guys are probably familiar with this type of mechanic too, but that's another one you're going to want to complete as often as possible. So that is pretty much going to conclude most of the daily things you're going to want to do in terms of just making sure you complete them. They'll reset, stuff like that. But as you see, when it comes to the activity section, there's a ton of content and different spots for you to go to and just things to play and explore in the game. So definitely take your time with it. Learn the game. Please don't feel overwhelmed. I personally still have a ton to learn, and I'm trying to show it to you guys and explain it to you guys as well. But one thing I can say that's very helpful is if you're looking for specific rewards, as you see on this page, it does show you where you need to go to get a lot of those specific rewards, like the Goblin Trove if you want gold. You have instances there, so you can just do different content to get different rewards to continue to progress your account. And just speaking on the topic, you really should just be trying to progress as far as you can on a daily basis through the Demon Fortress, Phantom Abode, the Elemental Lord, the towers, things like that. You want to make sure that you are playing these and trying to really strive to get as far as you can, but again, within reason whenever you have the ability to. Now, we've talked about all of these tasks, and obviously you're going to be needing the vigor / energy for the game. I mean, if you take a look at some of these stages, as in the bottom corner, it says this stage will take 10. The other tasks and things like that will be using various amounts. So in terms of that, make sure you're completing all the daily rewards, because if you do complete all the daily missions, as a reward, you can purchase up to 4 more vigor pots refreshes on a daily basis without using any sort of gems to do that. But if you do want to do it, you can purchase them here. As you see, and just kind of go from there and pick up some more energy to keep on playing as much as possible. And when it comes to the vigor, I don't really have too much else to say other than the best practice would be just in general to be using it appropriately, right? So you're going to want to just distribute it as available or as needed on features like the Elemental Lord, Demon Fortress, Phantom Abode, instances, the Goblin Trove, guild tasks, which you'll need to most likely be doing manually, I believe. Also, you can also just spend them on the Battle Assistant, which is an idle feature, not really particularly the main idle feature, but it's a way to kind of just like play these stages and just have the game go ahead and do it for a certain amount of time, and you get the rewards for it. And speaking of idle, I do need to claim that myself. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the phantoms in the game and just give you guys some general tips on ones you're going to want to build up. Okay, so I'm just going to list off some of the better ones that you're going to want to be focusing on, and we'll kind of try to talk a little bit more about them in future videos. But Bloody Overlord here is pretty awesome. He's actually my favorite character in the game. Look at that awesome design, by the way. Huge props to the arts team. And one of the things I love about him is that he just does so much damage. He's got also a drain effect built in. He's got the ability to increase attack bar, so he's a pretty awesome character that you're going to want to be building if you pull him. Next is Puppeteer. She's actually kind of got a ton of everything. She does good damage. I believe she also does percentage-based damage, which is pretty awesome in any game. She has the ability to revive an ally. She does healing. She has a bonus where she gets an extra turn, I believe, if she kills an enemy. So definitely a pretty awesome character to build for sure. Next, we have Astral Clock, who's a character you get fairly early in the game, I believe, by playing the story. Anyways, he has the ability to heal a ton, and he has a ton of speed / attack bar manipulation. So you can imagine just how we're kind of going with this attack bar theme. And in pretty much in any game, you want to have the quickest characters doing the most damage, and this guy fits right into that motif. So definitely build him up as well. Next, we have Enkaris. She is actually an incredible tank. She's got sustain, she's got the ability to reduce damage, and she has, it's mainly like single target damage that she'll do, but she has a chance to do more hits and stuff like that. But she does a lot of damage while taking a little bit back, and has a buff effect for her, and then also has, again, like the health restoration. So a character that has incredible sustain, you always need a character like that on any meta team. And before we proceed, I want to just throw out some other honorable mentions for you guys to know about when it comes to teams you guys are going to want to potentially build or characters to use. And those would be the Astral Clock we talked about, Sea Conqueror, definitely consider him, King Arthur, Zoe, Dracula, Ripper, and then other ones that are pretty awesome would be the Prometheus. And then also I personally really like using Alice and Victoria. So as you see, here's the team that we have built. This one is a pretty straightforward team, but definitely one of the better ones you can build in the game. It's centered around attack bar, and then we have the speed bonuses, we have the health restoration, sustainability, kind of just got a little bit of everything. So definitely do consider these characters in particular as your starter characters that you want to kind of get and kind of build up as well. Not saying you'll start with them, but if you're doing summons, these are the ones to kind of target, or some of the ones to target to kind of build up and proceed with in the game. So that's a little bit about Phantoms. We talked a little bit more in the previous video. We showed a little bit more gameplay and stuff like that. But for today's video, we're going to go ahead and wrap there. So if you guys enjoy the content, like I said, click on the link down below in the description to get started and start playing, and use my code DFree so you guys can actually get some awesome rewards when it comes to playing the game. And other than that, thank you so much for your continued support on the channel. It's been DFree, and I'll see all of you guys in the next Summoner's Glory video, everybody. Peace.